Zell Parker here with episode 2 of my Minecraft YouTube survival, or Zell Parker's Minecraft Survival. Today I'd like to talk about comic characters. As we know, comic characters are becoming, well, comics in general are becoming quite popular lately. Everywhere's got a Comic Con, even where I live, which is a very unpopular place. So I just want to talk about a couple comic book characters, just, something to go along. Some people like comics, so I figured I'd talk about comic characters. So, one who is a big deal, who's always been a big deal, is Wolverine. He's had several movies. If you want to include the X-Men, his comic series just goes on and on. He's he's his character's really well built. I don't know, everybody likes him, and his stuff can be pretty valuable. Um, my one of my semi-favorite characters, if I'm not talking heroes or villain, I'm just talking whoever comes to mind, is Deadpool. I really like Deadpool. He's I like his comedy. He makes me laugh, and he's actually got a movie coming out next year. Well, not next year. 2016 is when it was confirmed to come out, February 2016. But I think they may have ruined that movie by they're making it PG-13 supposedly, and Deadpool's just an R-rated character. I don't know. I'm not gonna get into it. It doesn't matter. Well, maybe I will, but it doesn't really matter too much. Um, but I like him and Wolverine are like frenemies, I guess you could say. They hate. I wouldn't say they love each other at all, but well, not Wolverine loving Deadpool anyway. Anyway, but their stories go together pretty much. You can't really. They have a big toll on each other. If you've seen the X-Men movies, now it's poorly portrayed in the Wolverine origins or whatever, but you can see they start together kind of in their little posse or group or whatever you want to call it. Um, but hopefully they'll fix that in the new Deadpool movie. Another popular character people like, well, there's Iron Man and Hulk. Okay, Iron Man's okay. Uh, Comic-wise, I've never really read the comics to him. I've only really read very few comics. Um, Besides Deadpool, I should say. I've read several Deadpool comics. But Iron Man, his comics, I've never read a straight Iron Man one, but I've read Deadpool and Iron Man comics, and they're pretty good. Entertaining, but obviously they were more based around Deadpool than like the one I read. Deadpool, Iron Man was drunk and he was having all kinds of mortality issues, so he had Deadpool, or Deadpool took his suit and went and saved a bunch of people to get his hopes back up or something. Spoiler alert, I should have said that just in case, but I don't know what issue it is, so chances are you're not going to be reading it anytime soon. Um, but so it was obviously more based around Deadpool, but Iron Man, from that, what you could tell, Iron Man looks like quite the, he's a well built character. Um, he's obviously got 3 movies so far, and that's real live action, I guess, movies that are pretty good. So he's a pretty big character too. Hulk. I don't know how big the fan base is for Hulk. I know little kids love Hulk, just big, green, and monstrous. So, but I've never read any of the comics. They got one I always want to check out, Hulked Out Heroes. It's where like all the Marvel characters gain the ability. This is mostly Marvel because I don't read DC, but they gain Hulk's powers. Like I said, I don't know much about Hulk. I just know he's a popular character. Thor. Everyone loves Thor, especially now that the actor for him is I don't know the name of the actor. I don't really care, but I'm sure someone listening probably knows the name, and everyone loves that guy. It's just his comics are so boring. If you sit down and try and read a Thor comic, it's like reading like Shakespeare. Not as intellectual, but the way it's written, it's just written with that old-timey feel. Like let me think of an example. It's like how they add like th to the end of all their sentences and words and crap. Um, Probably good, but I can't force myself to read something like that. Let me think, what else is there? Or who else is that? This may be a two-parter video, but not 2 episodes in a row because I don't know. I just talk about them off the back of my head. Let's see who else we got. Spider-Man. Well, I'll do Spider-Man and Venom, and then I'll talk DC because somebody's gonna want DC out there. Spider-Man. His character has been so wishy-washy. Like in one series, spoiler alert, they killed him off and made Doc Ock become Spider-Man. I don't read it. I only read the Deadpool and Spider-Man comics, like I said. But Spider-Man's a really well-built character, and it's very interesting. The movies are all great. I haven't seen the newer stuff, The Amazing Spider-Man, but obviously they're good because it's a Marvel movie. And people say it's much better than Tobey Maguire. So, Venom, his character's changed a lot. It's actually a whole new person in Venom in the comics now. Some guy who got like his legs lost in a war or something. I'm not quite sure. My wife reads those, I don't, so I don't really know about it. I just know I have a comic called what I don't remember the name of it, but it's Venom Pool. What would I don't know, but Deadpool or Venom get the traits of each other. I'm not sure. I paid $40 for the comic, never even read it. So I was more of a buyer than a reader of the comics, but I did read a whole bunch of the Deadpool comics. So, but Venompool, it was just too expensive for me to even want to touch. Now let me talk about a couple DC people. Superman, obviously his story is really well built, but I'm not gonna make too big of a deal. I'm gonna go ahead and say this. I choose Marvel over DC because, for one, the stories of Marvel are always really good, and I feel like they make the good guys and the bad guys equal. Unlike DC, I always feel like the superheroes are really overpowered, in my opinion. Just so you know, I'm recording this separate as actually playing the game. I'll just play it the same length or whatever. Yeah. Anyway, like Superman and Lex Luthor. Obviously, Superman, I don't want to say if you put them in a room together because there's so many factors to take at play right there, but obviously Superman is always going to prevail over Lex Luthor, at least for, I mean, there's comics where he probably doesn't, like the new Injustice game, supposedly, spoiler alert, at the end, they, well, I won't spoil anything, but apparently Lex Luthor takes a big play over Batman and Superman. Batman, I'm pretty sure he's DC. I really like Batman. Surprisingly, that's one of the very few games I don't own is a Batman game besides Lego Batman. So I really plan on getting that. His character's well built, even though he's got such a simple history. They even got that new show coming out, Gotham, based on all the, I don't know if it's just Batman related or all DC comics, but it's like the children, them as children. I don't know, I'm not gonna watch it probably. Just like I didn't watch Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. I started it, but it was really boring. People said it got way better, but I don't care. I'm not gonna watch it. Don't like cable, I like Netflix. Let's see, who else is there? It's Superman, Batman. I'm not big on, let's say Green Lantern. I hate that he was played by Ryan Reynolds in the movie. I haven't seen the movie, I'm sure it's great, but I hate that he's going to be Deadpool and Green Lantern. I know they're two different universes and everything, but somebody made like a fan-made comic of the two of them, and they meet and Deadpool gets his ring, and it was really cool. I think the comic was actually made because when the Green Lantern movie was announced, he was going to be Ryan Reynolds, who is the perfect actor for Deadpool, just so you know, if you don't already. Let's see, what other comics? I don't really know. Flash is pretty cool, I guess. He's real fast. I don't really have much to say about him. Smallville, that was a really good show if you are a DC person or a Superman in general. It was a really good show. My dad used to watch it when I was a young kid, or when I was when I was a little kid, I guess. So it was really good. I'm glancing over my games to see if I see any comic related games. I don't really think I do, besides Lego Batman and so let's see. Let me think of one more character, and then I'll call this quits. And I'll do it DC because to make it even. Um, Aquaman. Um, I don't know much about Aquaman, but from what I've read, he's useless. Everything picks on him. Family Guy, American Dad, South Park. Um, I know those are all made by the same people, but they're the only one that pops in the head. But no, nobody really likes Aquaman, and if you do, I'm sorry, but I don't. Um, so that seems like that'll be about it for this video, because I don't really have much to say at the moment. I just know I wanted to get this episode rendered and everything. So if you like this video, like, comment, subscribe for more. I own nothing to play, only for entertainment. Thanks for watching.